2021 to order. Would everyone please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
God bless America.
Okay, Carrie Ann, roll call, please.
Anagnostakis? Benelli?
Present.
Sutherland?
Here.
Hines?
Here.
Kulisek?
I'm here.
Paduk?
Here.
Menuda?
Here.
Benton?
Here.
One absent.
All right, thank you. Okay, so again, we do have a special session at 4, so let's try and keep the meeting rolling. Obviously, if it's a little past 4, that's okay, but let's try and keep things efficient. First is Eric Denega, Commissioner of Department of Public Works. Number 1 is request supplemental appropriation to the capital projects budget for the Bank Street Bridge replacement, bin number 3345180 in the Village of Warwick. This project has been approved under the 2021 capital plan as project number 36. Upon approval, the funds will increase existing capital project number 467 to the amount of $850,000 to come from bonding. Motion and a second, please.
Kulisek motion.
Sutherland.
Kulisek and Sutherland. And this did pass physical services yesterday. Mr. Cheney, would you like to say something first?
No, it seemed to be pretty straightforward, and it passed physical services unanimously yesterday.
Okay, thank you. Eric, you're up.
Thank you. Yes, as you said last night, physical services, including lead agency for seeker as well. So the bridge carries Bank Street over the Wawayanda Creek in the Village of Warwick, 39-foot span, built in 1936 and partially reconstructed in 1982. Currently, it's closed because it's in very poor condition to at least vehicle traffic. Our in-house design team has put together the design in communication with Legislator Cheney and also the village mayor, as well as the village architectural review board. And the bridge will also be planned to be in-house construction as well, with construction anticipated to begin in late summer of this year. And
Okay.
as I mentioned last night, the $850,000 price tag you see here would be quite a bit higher if we had to put it out to bid. So,
Okay. Questions from committee members? Okay. Other legislators listening? Hearing no questions, all in favor as presented? Aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
Carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
All right. Next up is Commissioner Brooks. It's request a supplemental appropriation for the purchase of a 1/2-ton roller used to groom the Hartrue tennis courts at Thomas Bull Memorial Park. This is project number 104 in the proposed 2021 capital plan. The amount is $8,000 to come from bonding. Can I get a motion in a second?
Menuda. Kulisek motion.
Menuda and Kulisek? Okay. Thank you. And I see Jim must really be at the beach where he always has in the background. So the floor is yours.
Hi, this is Deanna. I'm stepping in for Jim today. So this is for a roller for the tennis courts at the Thomas Bull Memorial Park. Currently, the roller we're using is 30 years old and is completely rusted out. So we're requesting that we have a new one purchased for this year to keep up with the maintenance of the tennis courts. It's used multiple times a day to keep the clay courts smooth and in good condition.
Can that be used by anybody or is it?
What do you mean, anybody?
Well, I mean, you have a special groundskeeper that knows how to maintain a clay court.
Yes, we do. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Questions from committee members? Mr. Paduk, I think you see your hand up.
You do. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just in regard to that roller, has that roller been used at other places as well? Or is it specifically assigned to that?
I believe it's specifically assigned to the Thomas Bull location.
Okay, but so it hasn't been out. In other words, we don't have any other rollers there.
That I would have to check with the head of maintenance about.
Okay. I just wondered because sometimes we take equipment from one spot to another. We were looking to build a thing, I think it was in Chester, so that we wouldn't have to transport all over. I'm just wondering if we have some new rollers, why you say it's been used 3 times a day though. So maybe it should be just specific to that. So I'm okay with it, but I'm just, concerned about our monies here. But if we have other rollers that we use in other places, I don't know why we couldn't bring one there too. Thank you.
I'll reach out to the maintenance supervisor
Thank you.
and get that answer for you. No problem.
Okay, Mr. Kulisek, I see your hand up.
Yes, thank you. It's a roller specific for clay courts, and actually maybe a correction in the on the agenda. It's not a hard true court. Hard true court's a different surface. These are clay courts, and they need to be rolled and watered. And this roller is it's made to fit actually through a walking space, so you don't have to the gates into and out of a tennis court are relatively just man gates, and this roller is a front roller and a back roller that actually has a seat on it that you can fit through those spaces.
Okay. Mr. Cheney, did you have your hand up?
Not quite, but just one clarification. These are hard true courts. It's like substance, but it's a proprietary type of court surface that's pretty special. It's different from clay, but more similar to clay than it is to asphalt.
Okay. The same kind of clay they have in France? All right, any other questions from committee members? Other legislators listening? Seeing no hands, all in favor as presented? Aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
Carried, thank you. Next up is Commissioner Hablo. Welcome, Karen.
Thank you.
And again, this is a presentation. Actually, there was an announcement I received by email today about a new award, a new financial services award you received.
Oh, yes, that was from GFOA. We received the annual award for excellence in financial reporting. I think it's about the 25th or 26th year in a row that the county has received that award. So thank you.
Well, congratulations for continuing.
Yes, it's a great team effort, and it's a heavy lift, but we appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, so we have a sales tax update that was emailed to everyone.
Yes, so I'll just briefly go over that. There's not too much to tell. It's kind of early in the year, but as an overall for the county share, we are already experiencing a realized deficit of almost 2.8 million in our sales tax revenue as compared to what was budgeted for this period so far year to date. It's just under an 11% deficit. And that does reflect in February, the New York State did deduct the distressed hospital fund contribution that they required all counties to make. So that came out in the early February payment. So that is reflected here. In addition, we will have upcoming deductions on a quarterly basis. We'll have, starting in April, they'll be taking that amount out quarterly, which is about 1.74 million a year. So divide that by 4, and that'll be how much is deducted for this year each quarter. In addition, in May, the state, if they continue to take away our sales tax to fund their AIM obligation, a small portion will come out in May, which is between $300,000 and $400,000. So other than that, that's the bad news with sales tax. The optimistic news is gas prices have been increasing lately, and Legoland is set to open. So we have a lot of good things on the horizon in the county. So, we remain hopeful that things will get better. But as far as operationally, the county executive's office and the budget office are still proceeding very cautiously this year, given that we're still experiencing such deficits. And that's it.
I don't think gas prices being increased to increase the sales tax is really that great for everybody. But can you give specifically, was it 1.7 million that was taken for the distressed hospitals, or was that a smaller amount?
I believe it was 1.74.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's nearly break even without that. I mean, within 1.1, which is pretty damn close for the conditions we're under now. Okay. Questions from committee members? Mr. Paduk?
Yeah, Karen, you said the 1.7 they took out. I thought you said that was going to be a year. So they took it out in one shot?
For fiscal year 2020, they took it all out in one shot. Yes.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then for this year, for 2021, it will be taken out quarterly.
Okay, thank you.
And a similar amount is anticipated?
The exact same amount. Yes.
Exact same amount. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Any other questions? Okay. Hearing none. Thank you very much, Karen.
Thank you.
Okay, next up for budget update, Debbie,
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
welcome.
Thank you. I just want to bring you up to speed on our Hyperion budget software. So within the past year, I've spoken about the implementation of this software many times. We have had to move forward with this software because our current Oracle module will become unsupported at the end of this fall, at the end of this year. And there's also a chance that once they do the update to Oracle in the fall, we may not have access to it at all. So our plan had been to do the 2022 budget in Hyperion. Unfortunately, we're not yet at a place where my team has seen a start to finish process, and we're still working out adjustments and changes. So I've made the decision that we will run parallel with our current software and mimic it in Hyperion. This will give us validation that all of our data and reports concur, so there will be no lingering questions or concerns. We are going to partner with some of the larger departments to help us, but it is double workload in the budget department. But we just didn't feel that we were comfortable enough to go forward with an accurate budget on its own. The first quarter of 2021 ends tomorrow. So in April, we're going to begin to prepare the forecast that will be delivered to the legislature in early May. We're also currently in the process of scheduling first quarter fiscal reviews with each department. It's a collaborative effort with the finance and the county executive's office to make sure that spending is on track based on current budget and projections. We will also be sending out letters regarding proposed capital projects by the end of the week. And as of March 26th, we currently have 312 full and part-time vacant positions with a year-to-date savings of 5.5 million. All departments are currently on track to meet that required austerity.
Okay, good,
So that's it.
good. Any questions from committee members or other legislators listening? Okay, I don't see any hands, so thank you very much, Debbie.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next up, we have Eric Rusher, deed sale parcels. Welcome, Eric.
How are you?
Good, good. And actually, we have an amendment, but Carrie Ann, was that amendment that was sent, was that added to the last page?
Yes, the changes were. I listed it in the email. I just kind of added my own blurb in the beginning of the email, and then on the bottom were where the changes were.
Okay, well, I hope I can follow along, not like last month. All right, so let's start with page 1.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, when was the email sent for the changes?
Just this morning. Hold on. Actually, no, it was 2:02, 2 o'clock.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Okay, can I get a motion in a second for these discussions?
Sutherland,
Menuda.
Thank you. Okay, Eric, we're starting with Chester, 8127, correct?
Correct, yes. Actually, in the interest of time, if same bidder bid on the first two properties, 8127, 8128. They are adjoining, but they're not separate bids. Both of these bids were well below the minimum bid and back taxes.
Okay.
So on number 1 and 2, I'm saying no and no. I'm recommending.
Good, so then we'll move on to Cornwall, 1150.2.
Okay, this property, it's 1.1 acres, vacant with improvement. There used to be a trailer on the property. It's kind of like tucked into the railroad overpass, right as you're about to approach the overpass on 94. It's almost like an extension of a driveway. It's not the best lot in the world, and the bid is 15,000, which is below the 22,000 back taxes. But there would be quite an expense cleaning up this property. I did include a picture of a portion of the old trailer, as well as some of the junk that's on the property. So I am recommending we take that bid.
Okay, questions from committee members?
Yes, I have a question. Jim Kulisek. Hello?
Yes, I hear you, sir.
Okay. Was this property offered to Cornwall, the town of Cornwall? Specifically or no?
It basically, all the properties as during the process are offered to the municipalities and open space for their review. It isn't something, it's almost like a rear lot, and I can't see it being of any use to Cornwall. And in addition, the list is inspected by the planning department also.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Sure. I don't know if there's any more discussion on that one.
Lee, you're muted.
You're on number 3, Eric,
I
right?
muted myself.
Yes,
One
sir.
for me, Mike. Sorry. Okay,
You're number
question
3, I'm sorry.
Committee members
My-
on the last Cornwall piece.
I'm sorry?
I said questions from committee members since I was muted on the 8128 piece in Cornwall. And also Mike A, I was on the phone with Mike A, he is tuning in. So Carrie Ann, look for his phone number, please.
You got it.
Okay. Okay, so Eric, no questions, so we're on to Cornwall.
Cornwall number 4, and actually this is, and I apologize for the late addition. What happened with this property? This property, we had a bid last month. It was rejected. The committee asked that we send the adjoining owner letters out. I did send them out, and as of the due date, which was the 19th which was a Friday, we hadn't received any bids from adjoining property owners. On the 23rd, I got a call from an adjoining property owner asking if we received the bid, and I said, no, we did not. And she was puzzled because she put it in the mail on the 4th of March. And up to this morning, we still hadn't received a bid. I was handed a bid today at 12 o'clock from the bidder that was addressed County of Orange, Government Center, Main Street, Goshen. So this envelope was bouncing around the building here since March 8th when it was stamped in. So that's why it was added at the last minute. And again, I do apologize for that. This person is an adjoining property owner. They own, if you look the lots 3, 4, 1013, 1014, 1015, 2 single-family residences, and a piece of vacant land. The bid that was rebid from last month remained the same at $4,000, which was our minimum bid. Back taxes are $3281.84, and the adjoining property owner bid $1,500.
Okay. Questions from committee members?
Mr. Chairman, Mike Anagnostakis. I
Go ahead,
just
Mike.
joined the meeting. I'm sorry. Sorry I'm late. I apologize.
It's okay. Good to hear you're out there. Any questions on this piece that was rebid? Mr. Kulisek?
This is the one that looks like it's wetlands on most of the property, correct?
Correct, and it has no road frontage. As I said, that's why I put it up for discussion, because it was bid on at the minimum bid, but the adjoiner bid less. So I know where we look to get our. We've already made the town of Cornwall whole, and we're looking to get our back tax money, but it is pretty much wet. Yeah.
Satisfied, Jimmy?
Yeah. I just with a late entry with being an adjacent homeowner, puts a little bit of a discussion on it. You're right, that's for sure.
That's correct. I agree.
Mr. Hines, you're next.
Yeah, Eric, can you tell me what the adjoining properties are again? With that same owner, I'm trying to figure it out. My map's
Yep,
a little small here.
they're actually, if you look at the aerial, it's 1013. They're about in the center there. They're the strips 1013, 1014, 1015. They pretty much point to the center of that of our parcel here. And looking at the RPS system, it appears to be 2 houses, 2 single-family residences, and 1 vacant lot.
Yeah, they're right in the middle, almost.
And that's the same owner for all those houses?
Yes. I've had many phone calls with her over the past, but Peaceable Properties is she doesn't, she's a investor, I believe, and landlord, and she lives on Hudson Street, I believe, in Cornwall and Hudson.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions from committee members or others listening? All right, next. Monroe.
Okay, Monroe, 36-32.3 Lakeshore Drive. This is a road parcel. The cul-de-sac that we tabled from last month. I was asked to come up with some other supporting information that would make sure anyone else in the road had protection and ingress and egress. So I attached a portion of the subdivision map for the 2 vacant lots, and that with the highlighted comments is buildings 3 and 4 shall have no access from Forest Glen Road, which is the road to the south of them. I mean, which doesn't say anything about ingress and egress from the cul-de-sac, but the one property that is improved, I attached a portion of the deed from that, which does state that together with a right-of-way over cul-de-sac to and from public highway, as shown on said filed map, and that would be lot number 2. So I think I'm comfortable to assume that there is no, there would be no restrictions. I'm not sure why the bidder is bidding on the property, but I don't believe there'd be any adverse effects to any of the owners on the road. So I'm suggesting we approve that bid now.
Okay. Questions from committee members? Other legislators? Hearing none. Okay. Next is Montgomery.
Okay, Montgomery 536. we had this one a month or two ago. It's, I believe it's substandard in size for the zoning and quite a bit of back taxes on it. It's from 2010 auction, which means the taxes are probably delinquent from about 2008. I am recommending we do not accept the bid on this, and I'm going to, I think it's worth more than 5 anyway, so I'm going to be increasing the minimum bid on that one, as we spoke about in the past, you know, and so I'm saying no on that one.
Okay. Any questions from committeemen? Okay. Next would be Mount Hope.
Mount Hope 2142, a 3-acre lot. There actually, the assessor has a note on this property in their records that it has no road frontage, minimally assessed, but still the bid is not close to the back taxes, so I'm recommending no on that one.
Okay. Any questions from committee members? All right. Last one on the page, Newburgh.
Okay, Newburgh, I have a 10516. It's a 128 by 123 lot on Vermont Drive. Corner lot, it's vacant, and this is an area that's pretty much built up. The assessor's low assessment market value reflects that it's kind of like a, you know, I would think unbuildable.
Yeah, I think it's
what's
I
that?
think it's unbuildable because you can see coming in kind of catty corner, there's actually high tension power lines going over top, as well as local power lines going underneath those across this property. So
Okay,
you could probably put a picnic table there.
there you go. So joining on this one, I should preface by saying this was a 2020 parcel, and based on our discussions from last month, the adjoining letters had been sent out on this property, but in the meantime, we did send out all 2020 parcels adjoining property owner letters with the due dates of next month's deadline. So we're covered there as far as, you know, making certain all adjoining property owners are notified. So short story long, and number 8, I'm saying we accept the bid of 1,300.
Okay. Questions from committee members or other legislators listening? Okay, so for page 1, the commissioner is recommending approval of number 3, 4, 5, and 8. Any further discussion? All those in favor of accepting the commissioner's recommendation, aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Page 2.
Okay, page 2, number 9, Newburgh 4169.2. This was tabled from last month. Assessor has it classified as residential vacant land, but it's a road. And I did include with the aerial the section of one of the deeds to the of that one of the houses on there that states together with the right of way for the purpose and ingress and egress over and across Barnview Lane, a private road, to a public road known as Heinzman Lane. That was the committee's concern last month, and I believe that document should resolve that. So there's we'd sent out adjoining letters on this to everyone on the road probably a few times over the past parcel from 2008. So hence the high back taxes, even though it isn't valued that much. So I think we should stop the bleeding on this one and accept the bid of $601.
Okay. Questions from committee members? Other legislators? Hearing none, thank you. Next
Okay,
is another Newburgh parcel.
Yes, number 10, 17118.1 Fostertown Road. 87 by 260 vacant lot. This was again from that, we had a number of bids from this company, nowhere close to the minimum bid or the back taxes, so I'm recommending no on this one.
Okay, any questions? All right, then we'll move to the next one, Wallkill.
Wallkill, 5212 1.1, 81 by 122 vacant lot. Again, the bid was not close to the minimum bid or the back taxes, so I'm recommending no on that one.
Okay. Any questions? Mr. Paduk, is that your district? Mike? You're muted. One for you.
Is that, Eric, is that Scotchtown Silver Lake Road or just Silver Lake Road?
This is Silver Lake Road.
Silver Lake, Scotchtown.
Yeah, it's in my district, yeah.
It just looks like a nice piece, a nice corner piece.
It is a nice corner piece, and that he's right not to accept them $1,000 for it. I would have
Yeah,
voted
for sure.
against that. Good.
All right, so that's a recommendation to no. And so we'll move to the last one again, Warwick.
Warwick, 310 514 Greenwood Lake, Lakeland Avenue Extension, 67 by 140 lot. Same story, same company, low bid, below the back taxes, and our minimum bid, so I'm recommending no.
Okay. Any questions from committee members or other legislators listening? All right. Okay, so for page 2, we have the commissioner's recommendation to accept only number 9. Any other discussion or questions? Hearing none, seeing none, all in favor as presented? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Carried. Thank you. We also have one late addition to the agenda for today that was just established at like 20 minutes after 3, just before this meeting. Commission regards the RFP recommendation for the audit. Mr. Burpo,
Yes, sir.
General Services, would you like to brief the committee?
Yes, thank you. The RFP Review Committee on the Auditing Service for the legislators met on, 3/26 to review the proposals that came in. We had 5 firms that submitted proposals. The committee narrowed it down to 2 firms. We met again on 3/29 and interviewed the 2 firms. And then we met again today to go through our scoring, and we awarded it to O'Connor Davies. I have the acceptance to accept O'Connor Davies and the review letter, and we are looking to process that.
Okay, and again, this will be made part of the agenda next week. Are there any questions? Again, I'm sorry for being short notice, but it is necessary to get this done today so that we can keep things moving. Mr. Hines?
Yeah, thank you. I assume you used a scoring scale, as you always do when you look at these proposals?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Okay. And has anything changed? Obviously, O'Connor Davies was our auditors in the past. Did they change anything in the proposal? Any pricing changes or anything like that, different services?
Well, they have added additional services that they're still not charging for that they have done in the past. Their prices did go up. We did negotiate it 10% down across the board for all auditing services.
So the price is higher.
Go ahead, Kevin. Sorry.
The price is higher than it was last year by how much overall, all in?
I believe Karen has that. Karen, are you still on with us?
You're muted, Karen.
Sorry, I know. My finger couldn't get there quick enough. I
Sorry.
apologize. I am still on, yes. Their price did go up. I'm sorry, I'm having a little bit of trouble with my laptop right this second. It's trying to crash, but I'm trying to hold on to it. But I don't have that right in front of me exactly what the increase was, because they have a graded scale where each year is a different price for the audit. So it increases year over year, which several of the proposals had that type of a structure.
Can that structure be
And how many-
provided to all committee members for them before the legislative session so that everybody can read the specifications and be prepared for the legislative session?
Sure.
I believe Kelly has that information. So she, if she.
Is this a 3-year contract?
Yes.
A 3-year with 2 one-year extensions.
Okay, thank you.
And also, Kevin, as with every general Orange County contract, there is an escape clause for us. So if we decided after 1 or 2 years to make a change, that is possible. We are not tied into an automatic 3 years. Ms. Benelli, you had your hand up?
No, I did not. I'm sorry,
Oh,
sir.
okay.
I meant to try to lower my volume.
Oh, no problem. Mr. Paduk?
Yep, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a comment, I was part of the review committee, and Dresser and McKee were outstanding as well. I would say that the committee, in the time right now that we're in with COVID and our finances, someone that's more familiar with Orange County, I think it is the better choice. I will tell you, I was very impressed with Dresser and McKee, and I'm sure everyone else mentioned that they were pretty impressed too. So if we're not satisfied with what happens during this COVID year, and in the future, like Lee said, there's always a way out. And I would say that, like I said, Dresser McKee impressed me as much as I had them tied when I scored them. So I could have went either way. But I'll support them because of what's happening right now. But I just wanted you all to know that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mr. Paduk. Yes, as well, I was very impressed with Dresser Malecki yesterday. I actually scored their interview higher than Bennett Kielsen, for the record. But I do believe it would just cost many hours and thousands of dollars for them to be able to catch up to us with financial services that we need, and with O'Connor Davies' background and experience with us already. Any other comments from audit committee members or questions from other committee members or legislators listening?
Lee,
Yes.
can I have a motion and a second, please?
I'm sorry. You're
That's
correct.
okay.
Thank you, Carrie Ann. Motion and a second, please.
Motion Menuda.
Sutherland.
Thank you. Ms. Benelli?
Now my hand is raised.
Good.
I just really want to thank my colleagues that were part of the audit team. And the audit team were the party leaders, the chairman, and the chairman of Ways and Means, along with Karen, Betsy, and of course, Mr. Burpo. It was an interesting process. It was a process that I've never been through before. The scoring was very interesting, and the formulas that were used to kind of bring you to a fair and equitable. I found it to be a very interesting exercise, to be honest with you. And pleasantly surprised, as was mentioned with Dreschler and Malecki, which were the other firm we decided to interview. They had some good thoughts. They had some good energy. But here again, O'Connor Davies is a extremely reputable firm that is here and very active in the Hudson Valley. They have a good sense of what Orange County is all about. And they've been a very good partner in government with us, and I did score them the highest. So I just wanted to add to that. And here again, thank my colleagues for doing this. This was an interesting exercise. And if you could enjoy something, I did enjoy it. So
any other comments? Carrie Ann or Kelly, could you also send to all legislators the blank template for the scoring procedure that was used? Just so that people can see what the criteria was in the point scale, just for everyone's information. A blank one? It. Okay. Okay, any more discussion? Okay, so If not, Carrie Ann, I guess I should call a roll call on this for moving this from Ways and Means to the floor for approval next week.
Anagnestakis,
Yes.
Benelli,
Yes.
Sutherland,
Yes.
Hines,
Yes.
Kulisek,
Yes.
Paduk,
Yes.
Menuda,
Yes.
Benton.
Yes,
All in favor, motion carried.
passed unanimously. Excellent, excellent. Thank you very much, everyone, and thank you for the consideration of adding this in because this was important to get done. Last year, everything was delayed and we had to actually get a special extension, so it's going to be good to have everything timely again. Seeing nothing else, a motion to adjourn is in order for the legislative special session.
So moved.
Second,
Again.
Kevin, all in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. See you in the special session in a couple minutes. Thank you, everyone.